Hello everyone, welcome back to ESCXTRA. We're in Gothenburg for the first heat of Melodifestivalen, and we are here with the one and only Tone Sekelius.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been an early day and a lot today, but it's been good. We had the first rehearsals today. Actually, it was nice, but it was a lot because you practice in a dance hall for months for like a month honestly. And then when you're on stage and it's so big and you have to remember the cameras and you have to remember everything, it's like, okay, damn. And I know this feeling very well because last year I was shitting my pants during this time.
Really?
Like, not literally, but
Well.
yeah. Because I was so overwhelmed with everything. It was too much at the moment because when you practice something and you feel like you know everything in the dance hall, and then you go to the stage and things are just a bit off, or you don't remember like a step because you have to remember the camera, whatever it is, and then you start overthinking.
Oh, yeah.
That was me last year. But this year it's like, yeah, 2 of the 3 rehearsals went well, and the third one, meh. But I've already, leave it in the past, and then tomorrow is next rehearsal. So I feel good.
It's rehearsal, so
Yeah, exactly.
that's what they're there for.
Yes.
And with last year, was your first time. Is it like more pressure this year? Like, because you know what you're capable of and you want to pull it off again? Or is it less pressure because you know what's happening?
It is very much pressure. I mean, I put pressure on myself, 100%, but I also feel pressure because now I think people expect something from me. Last year it was like, okay, who is this influencer? Whatever could have happened because people didn't really expect it to be amazing or to be bad. It was just like, all right, what do you have to offer? And then it went like it went. It went well, and I'm very thankful for that.
5th place.
Yes, that was insane. But this year, I think people would be like, okay, I liked this last year. Let's see what it's about this year. And the thing is that I didn't really want to go the route that, whatever worked last year, let's do it again. Because I don't think there's no excitement in that. I feel like I want my way to have the glory of its own, and I want rhythm of my show to have this year on its own as well. Because I like to showcase different sides of me, and the hard part about that is that I have to like kind of sell in this new thing, because had I done something big, grand, and glamorous again, then I know that, oh, that's something that I know people already like. So there is pros and cons with both of the like tactics, and I went with, okay, this is what you were served last year. This year it's something completely different, but I hope you love it.
Yeah, when it's close, people always compare, and
exactly.
Different is.
And I think that people compare enough when you're returning to the competition, because you're returning and people are expecting something of you, and then they start to comparing this year with last year. But if they're two different things, then it's harder to compare them.
True. And we saw the rehearsal clip. It's fire. For Saturday, it's fire.
Wow.
Last year it was My Way, and people got to know you not just in Sweden, but also internationally. Generally speaking, what happened since My Way? You performed at Pride.
Yes.
You had a lot of performances.
Do you mean like music-wise?
Yeah, music and performance-wise.
I think I've like reached a new like comfortable state of mind on stage, I guess, because last year I wasn't really like established at all. I had like sung on stage a couple of times, like more than a couple of times, but I didn't have much experience. And when you go from not very much experience to a mellow stage, that's a big leap. And this year I don't know, last year was, I think, me finding myself as an artist and performing and doing the most out of the exposure that I got, I think, from Mello. And I've just loved meeting the love I received around that song. And the things that I like, one of the things that I really take with me is I got a couple of DMs from, it was parents sending me DMs of their kids performing as me in their living room. It was wild, because they put the hair up in, you know, the curly like ponytail, and then two tiny curls in front of the hair, and then they took like a trench coat from their mom or something, and then put it on underneath. It was a red dress, and then they asked the parent to like rip it off, so it was a whole performance, and I love that.
They're so creative.
Yeah, I know. And also, to be more serious about it, it was also it meant very much to me to see the conversations that started, I guess, because me being exposed in this, you know, program that a lot of people watch. I remember like parents or like kids texting me and saying that because I appeared on the television, it started a conversation in the family around trans people or whatever it was, and maybe it got the kid to have the courage to come out, or it made the parent who didn't really understand their trans kid, it made them more like accepting, I guess, and they learned more because they heard it from another perspective. I don't know. It was just I'm very thankful for that experience, and I'm very happy to be able to represent and to be able to, yeah.
That was kind of like also the whole message kind of the song, to be who you are, and changing people's lives, just the best thing. This year you're opening the show, and there's a lot of dancing. Last year we talked about dangerous dresses you had last year. This year
wild.
Is not so dangerous, but
I mean, the danger in this is the dancing plus the high heel stilettos.
Okay, yeah. True.
Last year, on these Thursday rehearsals, I remember being like swept away by the trench coat, because I was stuck in the jacket. So all of a sudden, I was ready for it to just fall off, and I just went with the jacket to the left. This year, it is more comfortable clothes, and the stress around the clothing isn't really here as it was last year. But then again, we have more dancing, but less clothing, so it evens out.
Still dangerous. Also with all the camera angles I mentioned earlier, like dancing, singing, camera angles.
I mean, I will give it my all.
When did you start to think about returning this year? Was it when you heard the song? Was it before that?
It was before that. I think that I always wanted to send in another song. Like when I went off the stage last year, I was like, all right, I want to do this again. So then this summer I was at a writing camp, and then we wrote this song with the aim to send it to Melodifestivalen. So it is, a song that's, I mean, I love it. It's another like kind of side of me that I hope people will love it. It's very like dancey, and it's the message isn't really as heavy as last year, because again, I wanted my way to have its own thing, and then this year is more about the confidence I feel like I have kind of settled into after, coming out, and like started to love myself more and being comfortable with myself and all of that thing. That's what it's about.
And it's a big step. I mean, you can accept yourself, but be comfortable around other people to be still who you are. It's still a big step. And you went from My Way to Rhythm of My Show, and you also wrote this is a lot of attitude and having like fire and just be like, this is what I am presenting on the show.
There is, though, if you saw the rehearsals, it is at the moment too much attitude. That's what I feel. Because
Is that too much?
yeah, you have to remember that this is like a family-friendly show.
Okay, true.
And this is, as it is right now, I think it would work at like a music award or something, because there you
Yeah.
can have as much attitude as possible. Here you also have to, you know, the kids have to like it, the elderly people have to like it, and right now, if I were 8 years old,
Hmm.
I would be like, oof, this is a bit too much.
So we will go back a bit?
No, not go back, but just alter it in the
Okay.
way that we keep the sassiness,
Mhm.
but it's not as dark and hard,
Okay.
kind of.
Yeah.
And that is what these Thursday rehearsals are also about. I mean, I have to rehearse, obviously, but also the crew. I mean, I and the dancers, we are, what, 7 people? But the people involved in the number are so many. And they also have, you know, a choreography
Yeah.
that they have to learn, and they have to do the settings. And as it is right now, there is still something to do. But we'll get there.
Yeah, we still have time, and
Yeah.
as you said, rehearsals are for that.
And it was the same thing last year.
And it turned out great. So
I was pleased.
Every year, the magazine QX is doing like a Melodifestivalen
Mhm.
edition. This year, you're on the cover together with Mariette and Loreen.
Yes.
With the title "The Queens." The Queens are ready for Melodifestivalen 2023.
Yeah, this is a recreation of the Queen album.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lorraine is in the middle, as I think is Freddie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then me and Mariette are like on the side. It's very cool. And everyone has cheekbones popping because the light was from here, so the shadows are wild.
I mean, usually last years we had like several artists on the cover, but it's just you 3. So you work on this. And
I thought it would be everyone, and then
Mm.
they said it's you 3, and I was like, oh damn.
Here we
The
are.
pressure is getting to me, you know.
It looks amazing. So
Thank you.
Perfect. Now that you start to get bigger and bigger in music, how big of a role is your YouTube channel? Because it's almost at 150 million channel views.
Yeah, about that. The thing is that I think I have cut back a bit on like the uploading and the main focus being on social media and YouTube.
Hmm.
Because I've wanted to do that for a while, and now that I'm hosting Paradise, for example,
Mm.
and I do more like music and television overall, I felt that was a very organic going into like a new era of life and career, I think. So I still do YouTube, but I mostly focus on longer, bigger videos. For example, now I'm filming like a documentary vibe
Mm.
type video of the entire Melo
That's perfect.
Melo trip, and then yeah, fewer but bigger productions is my new thing on YouTube.
And less than 4 million till 150 million views then. So
Yeah, so the next
What-
video has to get 4 million views.
we get there. We get there.
Yeah.
Do you plan to release an album?
That's a very big goal of mine, yes. But it feels like not that it feels like so much work that I don't want to do it. It's not what it's about. It's just it feels like so much, you know, you have to pick and choose so much for it to be perfect, and you'll never feel like it is perfect. And that is why I feel like a lot of albums get delayed because people are not happy with it, and they have to write a new song, or they want to change a song because it's one song that doesn't go with the rest, and blah blah blah. And I think that I will be that messy person, and I will sit with the album for like 2 years, and then when I finally like it, one song will be outdated, and we have to
Oh.
change it. So we'll wait another 2 years. No, but I really have that as a goal of mine, to release an album, because I really want to do it.
You can just do it like Taylor Swift and release 2 albums a year. Just go with it.
Exactly.
And you also write your music, so it's all like personal stuff, and there has to go a lot of work in. So it takes
Yeah.
some time. But we're looking forward to that. After Mellow, what can people expect in this year from you when they want to see you, maybe, or?
Well, I am going to start dancing in Let's Dance, not the TV show. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
This would be good, yeah.
And yeah, I think I'm going to do a bit of touring this summer. Because last year it was not as much focus on that because I wanted to take a bit of a chill summer, you know. But this year I think it's going to be more touring.
We love that.
I mean, we're not going to America, but you know,
Next
a bit,
year.
a bit in Sweden.
And that sounds amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
To end this, do you have a message for the viewers who are watching, who get inspired, who want to see
Yes. Is this going to air before or after the?
Before.
Yeah. Okay, so what you're about to witness. No, but I really hope that you will like and enjoy the number, and that you enjoy this new side of me, because I think that it is fire, and it is literally fire because we have a bit of pyro on stage. It is very hot. It is very, very warm when those fire things start shooting. But it's cute. It's pretty, and I hope you will love it. And I wish you a great Melodifestivalen season.
Thank you so much, Tone. That's Rhythm of My Show, song number 1 on Saturday. And thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.